Influence here, and today I got Kingzilla. This is KFC's version of a Snapdragon. And I can say I really like this figure. Besides the humongous backpack, if you can get past that, and the fact that there's no other masterpiece version of this character, really. Those two things could persuade you to get this, despite if you have a problem with that backpack. But yeah, I think this is the off-white version. I think they're calling it. No affiliation with Virgil. If you know, you know. But I have 8 face that they made, but I have the original version, and I wasn't impressed with that a whole lot. This I really like, and I really think it's a great figure. I think it would have been that much better if this backpack something was done with this backpack, but I did fold it up more than what it comes. It just comes and it's just the whole thing all along. So we'll get into that. And you can see I got some of the accessories. I just kept it there so they ain't get lost. This has been out for some time and I'm playing catch up. So if you're wondering, catch you after the intro.
Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
Or you see he holds his guns well. So let's take his guns out. Get to those as accessories. You can see pretty nice paint. I definitely think the paint is better on this guy than the original version. And I'll show him compared to the original 8 version. And they're the same, basically the same gun. Subscribe. You also get these, which are blast effects. They're nice enough. And these, if you want, can go here. And not sure why. I guess he's shooting out of that. I don't know. Something that can happen. You have a stand. Nice that they gave you a stand. That's cool. Show that later. In plane mode, and you have the box. KFC box. I did back here with this. When it comes, it's like this. And this is just down. I don't like it, so I just open this up and move this up into there and then leave it like that. I like that better, especially showing it in the front. So the last accessory is this guy, his headmaster. Show his head up close. You can see his face is really nice, and this guy's face too. So you know, it doubles. And for the headmaster, it's quite simple. I do like that it's not the actual head of the headmaster, it's a peg, because then it gives more range and less worry of it falling out. So his head is right there. So you just pull this out. There's 2 tabs that stick into the back, and then you can pull his arms. You can have his arms, and then you can separate his legs. And he's back heavy, but they were thoughtful. He has heel spurs. Pull out his heel spurs, and then he stands up just fine. There he is standing on his body. So you see that. The ratchets, they did not fix that. They did fix a lot of stuff, it seems, but they didn't fix the ratchets in the legs. They're just too far, and this is why a lot of people don't put ratchets out. But I just think if you put smaller ratchets, I don't know, I'm not an engineer, I don't know how ratchets come. I don't know how they make ratchets. If they make them smaller tooth ratchets, I guess that would be better than anything else. But yeah, this is the reason they don't put ratchets on out, because you get that weird A stance. It's either like this or straight up and down like G1. So let's compare him to some other figures. What's his name? Grape Ape? I always say that. Not Grape Ape. Grape Ape Face. I'm showing my age. Grape Ape. if y'all know what that is. But here he is next to his counterpart, and like I said, I think this is way better than this guy, and it could just be because it is a better figure, or it could be because they made some updates to this and I like the color better on this, definitely. So I'm thinking about getting this guy in this version with the off-white. So I do see his tech spec. That's another gripe I have with him. His tech specs weren't adjusted, I don't think. So you see him combine to them too. Just bringing a mainline figure. Articulation. Head spins around. It does hit a little bit, but it can spin around. It doesn't really have any up or down. Just that spin around. Arms can go about this much. Does hit right there. It's on ratchets around in this way. Really nice feeling hardware. The elbow feels loose. It hasn't really failed, but it does feel loose. It's double jointed, but you still only get this much. You got a bicep swivel right up here and right here if you want to use it more forearm swivel. Hands are nice. You have a knuckle. You have ball jointed thumb with a one knuckle, and you have KFC does good hands when they do good hands. You have all the knuckles. It's ball jointed, but the ball joints feel tight. I know some of their hands, the ball joints, the fingers fall off, but when they do hands, when they do it well, they do it well. Here's his tech spec. This is what I was talking about when I said they just got them set. It's all the way up for all three of them, and there you go. I don't know if I could go in there and maybe push it down, just set it differently. So when you put this in, it would go to a different spot, because I don't think that's right. I don't think he's 10 for everything. Has a ab crunch. Has a spin at the waist, even with all that stuff. Skirts in the front and the sides get up, so then you can get the leg all the way up, and if you go to the side, you can get the, it will hit that backpack though. Thigh swivel feels like it's on a ratchet too. Just wild. And of course you get the splits on ratchets. Knee is knee double jointed? Yeah, knee should be double jointed because it's, wait. Yeah, I thought the knee was double jointed. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, it is double jointed. So on the first joint, you can get the knee. I don't know what's up with that other knee, but you can get the knee to 90. But the second joint, you're not getting any anyway. That's really for transformation. But I don't know what's up with this joint. Is this frozen? Can't be. Yeah, this joint is not moving. Man. Is that a screw? Yeah, that is a screw, so I gotta be careful. I see doing transformation, so that might be a gripe, but that don't feel good or right. It feels like I'm about to break my finger if it does move. Also, this is tight. The rocker is so tight you might not even think there is a rocker, but you get the toe. You got the toe up and back. You got a heel spur down, and then you have the rocker. Now it goes down like that on this, and then you can do the rocker. There's the rocker. It's kind of on a ratchet too, so you can get it all the way like this. Oh, now it's loose. Okay. Well, when you first get it, it's tight. So let's go to the plane, and then we'll go to beast mode. Let's take his head off. I already showed the transformation. So after you do that, you can move this out. Make sure you're making sure this gets in there before you, because you can move this all the way down. It's on a double hinge, and you can move this down where it stops right there, but you want to move it so it goes in that and then move it back. You can close these bay doors. They have a tab there. It doesn't really work that well. You pull that out, then move this up. There's 2 tabs on the side. They're really tight. There you go. Get that in there. Now back here, I'm gonna move this down, move this forward. Make sure the rocker is regular. You can move that forward. Same thing here. Move this forward. Move this like that. And so these might come out. They have a peg, that peg on the side, so it's cool. But you unhook this, pull this out all the way, open this, pull this out all the way. So move this first around like that. Now you move this like this. Make sure those skirts are in, and then it kind of gets in there. Now this, before you do all that, bend this right here so you can get these out. But I found, and I forgot to show you, but I found it easier to get them out when it's like this. When it's not turned yet, I meant to do it, and then you can do the same thing, and then you can pull this out. It's just easier to get to it, and this wouldn't be up. But then you gotta turn it. So it's like this. Just leave this out, because, or you can just push it up and it'll stay out because it pegs in there, right there and right there. And this can just stay up because it's going to come down eventually. So once you have that like this, do the same thing over here. Really simple transformation. Simple but fun and kind of intuitive. Then you can put these together. There's a series of pegs that go together, and just close this. Then you gotta get all these pegs together. There's pegs on here. This is kind of hard because you got to get everything just right so it can close and clamp together. And it's not doing it. I don't know, but push these down. They kind of cover up these. And then this, there's little latches that latch the arms on. Just want to pull those latches up, and then you can move this arm like this and back, and then you can just move those latches in. Same thing over here. If you need a spudger, you might need one. Can't get in there. And then you get this situated. Move this out. You know this is supposed to be out, and this is up. So then you move these arms, and they come off the ball joint all the time. You're supposed to move them out, move them around the ball joint, and then no, like this. You move it out, and it's supposed to go all the way. I forgot to move the hands in. You also got to move the hands in. You can pull this up. This is the second time I forgot to move the hands in while doing this. Like until this part. You can do that first if you want, but it doesn't matter. You see, it wasn't a problem. I just forgot. Make sure the fingers get finicky sometimes. You know how that go. Now, this should be like this. And like I said, this ball joint is really tight on the actual pin joint. So then you get it like this, and it doesn't ever come on right. But you got to get this like this. Make sure it's straight. and there's a hole here that this peg goes into, and then these have 2 holes and 2 pegs, and it kind of sits in the back. So you peg that in, and then peg this in back here. You can close this too. Now this doesn't close all the way for me. Like it's supposed to close and get it tight. Maybe I don't have something right, I'm not sure, but maybe there's not enough space in here. Maybe it's that knee that's not working. Could be. But it's supposed to clamp in there like this, and you should be good, but mine doesn't really clamp in, so that's a gripe. Get this fist in as well over here. Move that down, move that down. And both sides, I don't know if you saw that, both sides open up, so it's really easy to move. But then you can work on this. Let me see, this one might be okay with the ball joint. And see, just move it. That's how it's supposed to move. Oh, let me not speak too soon. Oh no, it's good. So yeah, that's how it's supposed to move. And then you peg this in over here, and then peg this in over here. Here you go. Like I said, I can't get this right. And then you can open this up and stick this guy in. This right here, I didn't really show. It does come out, and there's a battery. You can put a battery in there, and then this whole console lights up, and there's a button right here that turns it off and on. And also you gotta have this button on in order to close this, because it automatically has a space and it automatically opens or turns it on when you open this up. So like I said, this guy can fit in here. You have him driving. Then you can have the blast effects back here, like it's blasting off. And you also could put the guns on the top or the bottom, doesn't matter. I like them on the bottom for some reason. And there you go. This thing is a big long jet. Oh, let me close this just so you can see it does close. And if you want, you can bring this in as well. Peg in the bottom and the side. I don't think it does though. Maybe I got it wrong. And there we go. And just for comparison, side swipe, so you can see how big it is. So now let's go to beast, which is quite easy as well. Take all this stuff off. Just want to put his head back together. And now with this, you can move these arms down because they're gonna go down. You can move this like this and like that, but be careful. Of course, it's the tail. Move these like this. You want to move these. These are like heel spurs kind of, and they stay in the back. So you just want to move this where you can use that knee kind of as a elbow or as a knee, and then you move this like this. Not hard at all. Again, same thing over here. You're moving this thing so you can use it as a knee, and then you're moving the bottom piece so the foot's right, and the foot's where you need it to be. Well, it was. You gotta move it around like that. There you go. Same over here. I didn't do that. that around. So this, you just want to pull this down a little bit because you want to split this. You won't split too much, but split it enough. Then you move this out a little bit and you pull these out. Because this is the dinosaur neck. Then you can put that back in. Move that, put this back in, and then you can close these together. Line them up. Again, this is not closing too well. But then you can move these arms out and these hands out. These right here. There we go. Got that a little better. The last thing, you put the head on and arm him up back here. You put these on his back, and then you can move this how you want it to look, more dinosaur like or whatever. And yeah, there you go. This guy. So he can't open his mouth. It's just a headmaster and his legs. His neck goes like this, down and all the way up. He can't spin his head all the way around. Arms move like this. They have a couple joints. Joint here, joint here, joint here for the hands. And they go out and around. Same thing right there. And you can close the landing gear. Doesn't really make that much of a difference. So thanks for watching this review, and I will get up with you in another one. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, share it, all that good stuff. All right, so thanks for watching.
You know, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.